You are watching Chit Chat YouTube channel. Welcome to our lesson today. We are going to discuss about present perfect and present perfect continuous tense, which are very important tenses of English, and they are not complicated, but sometimes students, because they do not know the usage of present perfect or present perfect continuous, so they cannot use it in their speaking. So, let me tell you how to make sentence in present perfect, and then we are going to discuss about the usage of it. First of all, the rule of present perfect is we use the subject, as we discussed in previous lessons. You know the meaning of subject. It is doer of an action in a sentence. After that, according to the subject, you should use have and has. When do we use have and when do we use has? As you remember, has is for third person and have is for other people. And then you should use past participle, or they said PP. What is past participle? Is the third formation of the verb. For example, eat, second part is ate, we use it for past tense, and eaten is past participle. Okay? So there is a list that you have to memorize the past participle of a sentence. For example, I have eaten pizza. I have eaten pizza. Now let's discuss about the usages. When do we use present perfect tense? We use it in different situations. Number one, we use present perfect when an action happened in the past and continue till now. For example, I came to Gaziantep last year. This is an action that happened in the past. Simple past. I came to Gaziantep last year. Where am I now? I am still living in Gaziantep. So, when I want to combine these two sentences and when I want to tell my listeners that still I am living in Gaziantep and I came to Gaziantep in the past, I can use present perfect tense. An action that happened in the past continue until now. I can say, I have lived in Gaziantep for 1 year. I have lived in Gaziantep for 1 year. So this is present perfect tense, the first usage. An action happened in the past, continue until now. Second usage would be about an action that happened in the past, but the effect is in now. For example, imagine that in the morning you go to the street and you see that the streets are wet. So you can say it has rained before. It means what is the effect of the rain? Wetness of the street. So because of that we use present perfect. Number three, it's an action that happened in the past, but the time is not important, or even we cannot remember the time. For example, imagine that with your friends you are watching a movie. In the middle of the movie, you remember that you have watched it before. So you can say, guys, I have watched this movie before. Maybe your friend asks you, okay, when did you watch it? You don't remember. So you can say, I cannot remember. So, number three, when you don't remember the time of an action, you have to use present perfect. Next usage is about experience of your life. For example, when you want to ask a general question about the experience of someone, you should use present perfect. What do I mean? For example, imagine that you see your new friend or you see your new teacher and you want to ask him or her some question about his or her experience in the life. You can say, have you ever been to another country? Have you ever tried this food? Have you ever done this? These are some general questions that you can ask with present perfect because they are about the experience of someone. So, for changing the sentences into negative and question, it is very easy. For changing the sentences into question form, just you change the place of have and has, and also the subject. You can say, have you ever been? Has she ever been? And for making them into negative form, we add just not to, have, and has. So we can say I haven't been to, I haven't tried that, and so on. Okay, now let's discuss about present perfect continuous. So, for present perfect continuous, it is subject, have and has, plus verb. So, for present perfect continuous, I add continuous here. As you remember, in present continuous tense, I said whenever you hear the word continuous, it means that our verb should have ing. So, we use subject, have and has, plus been, plus verb, plus ing. I have been eating, I have been doing, I have been teaching, but when do we use it? Guys, it is very small difference between present perfect and present perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous is a continuous action just in recent time. Just imagine that, for example, 2 or 3 minutes before the class, something happened to me that made me cry. So when I come to the class, you can see that my eyes are red and said, what happened to you, teacher? I can say, I have been crying. I have been crying. It's because it's a very recent action and it was in continuous form. I mean, it started at one time and it finished another time. So I can use present perfect continuous. So guys, thank you so much. If you have any question, you can ask us. And don't forget to introduce us to your friends and subscribe our page. Have a great time, stay safe, stay at home, goodbye.